Today's video is something a little bit different for the channel, and this was something that I've been excited to get involved in ever since I saw the trailer release in 2020 for Hogwarts Legacy. This is something which has had me absolutely on edge. With this having such a wide effect on my childhood with the Harry Potter series, this was a game that I was always going to dive feet first into. So today we're going to be covering the points that I'm excited about with regards to this game, and what it is that you guys should be looking forward to come February 7th when the game actually releases. With that being said, if you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Also, to let you guys know, we are doing a giveaway at 50,000 subscribers for a Xbox Series S. So if you haven't already, hit that sub button and head on down to the description, drop me a follow on either Instagram or Twitter, and let me know in the comments section your username and what platform you followed me on to be entered in for a chance to win your Xbox Series S plus the game of your choice. With that being said, let's dive on in. So Hogwarts Legacy, this game looks absolutely tremendous, although somewhat too good to be true. Today we're going to be talking about the positives of this, and this is a game which has had me on the edge of my seat now for years, and now we are getting closer to the release date, with it being a matter of just under a month away. This is something which has got me really excited. A game that represents everything that was fun in my childhood of the movement with Harry Potter. This is something that I've been waiting for quite some time. To be able to take myself into the wizarding world and be able to become the wizard that I always knew that I could be. A lot like every other child inside of the Harry Potter world, we were all waiting for our letter to arrive via Owl, and never actually showed up. Alongside 2020, when the release trailer actually showed up, it was nice to see that we all finally got our letter. We could now become a wizard or a witch or whatever it is that you want to call it in your terminology basis, and that will be dependent on whether you've read the books or not, and finally live our dreams as a magical wonder inside of this absolutely phenomenal immersive world. For me, it goes back way back to the 90s when the first book actually originally released in 1997, which would have made me only 4 years old, although the craze, and to my knowledge, the books hadn't even come through until around 1999. That would have made me about 5 or 6 years old when I first got my hands on the Philosopher's Stone, and that book absolutely ran me into the future of what it is that we are today. It brought me a fantasy world that not only could I completely lose myself in, but I could genuinely see myself being immersed inside it. As each book managed to hit my grasp, I read through each one time and time again, collecting collector's editions of the book and having numerous different renditions of this book collection. Harry Potter definitely gave me the exciting imagination that we all know and love inside of the gaming world, and it especially with right now in 2023 having Hogwarts Legacy release in just under a month makes me so proud to not only now be a YouTuber, but excited to also be a gamer. This game has got quite a lot of tantalizing points inside of it, and a lot of areas of which I do and don't agree with, but the main factor for this is that the story inside of this has to be absolutely amazing. It has to immerse you and completely immerse your soul inside of the Harry Potter wizarding world, the same way that the books did for us when we were just children. This is the same thing that actually concerns me, but we're talking about the exciting points today. Now, a lot of you guys may have hoped that this was going to be a multiplayer game, and in today's day and age, in the 2020s plus, there is no multiplayer game out there that will not absolutely scratch out your pockets with microtransactions and side piecing the money worth in cosmetics and level ups and stuff like that, of which I'm really glad to see that Hogwarts actually didn't do this. They didn't immerse it into that area, and they went down the solo route of just being a single player game. This was something which again I was a little bit upset about, but in the same regards it also kept the security and the innocence that it revolves around the Harry Potter series of being an absolute legend of a child and being able to utilize your magic and your powers to make the world a better place. Inside of this solo story, there is just so much that we know that we can do. There are so many customization options, which, to be quite frank, really surprised me, including your main central hub inside of the Harry Potter castle itself. You were able to customize all sorts of areas, and there'd be absolutely amazing animations as you transformed things from one thing to another, so it could represent your playstyle and what it is you wanted that room to look like, what you wanted it to represent, what you wanted to be able to do there. Inside of these 4 houses, it meant that you were all able to have your individual unique personality immersed into these rooms. Not only that, but also having a character creation that made it look like you would really mean that you could finally be that wizard or witch that we've been hoping to be since just children. For me, this game just means so much more, and the reason for it is actually quite simple. This has a giant open world aspect where I finally get that letter, where I finally get to get into the castle and be able to roam around as a student, learning special skills and defense against the dark arts and herbology, and be able to learn all of these cool techniques, and then go and visit all of these places that I've been dreaming about for the last 20 years of my life. Diagon Alley, and actually be able to say it right and end up in the right place and not go completely Diagon Alley. Yeah, I know that was extremely cringe, but it's just there. This for me is a lot more than just a game, and this is where my skeptical views and my hopes and key points and my really harsh rendition of how this game could turn out seems to come into play. This game for me is not just a game, it's a way for me to re-enjoy and bring out the inner child in me that I've been hoping I could eventually do at some stage or another. With so many beasts and magical creatures, spells, wands, cloaks, clothing, NPCs, characters that we know and love, and availability to everywhere that we want to be, this game is just going to completely change the life stories of a lot of other people. I don't know about you, but it is definitely making me pick up the books again the same way I did when I was just 6 years old. This is something which not many other game has actually been able to do, and not something that anybody is really going to understand of today's day and age. And if you haven't already, before the game actually releases, I applaud you to go ahead and try and read through at least a couple of these Harry Potter books at least once, and just really lose yourself in the magical world that is Hogwarts. Hogwarts Legacy has got the potential to be one of the biggest games of the decade, let alone just of 2023, and I'm really excited to see whether it can actually step to the mark. My biggest hope is that it does, because if it doesn't, it's going to continue to crush many dreams alongside a lot of other games that have released for this time period over the PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2, and even the PlayStation 3, where we actually had access to a lot of other Hogwarts games inside of the Harry Potter world. We got to play as Harry ourselves, and it just didn't really meet the mark. It didn't fit the mold, and it wasn't the correct way to do it. Hogwarts Legacy does definitely seem to describe the perfect experience for every wizard and witch that seems to be out there hoping to have their letter finally arrive at their door. This was just a nice video that I hope that you guys can relate to, and if you can, please let me know in the comment section below. We don't do normal videos like this, we generally do pick apart a lot of other things, and we are going to be going back to our normal skeptic self as of tomorrow's upload, but hopefully this one you have enjoyed. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, get involved in the giveaway, and I'll see you in the clouds.